Fox 2 working to get you ready for today's blast of snow. We are just a few hours away now. Power crews are on standby, and we're also getting a closer look at what is happening in Chicago. That area already getting hit by high winds and snow. The latest coming up. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Amy. We are live outside Sinai Grace Hospital here in Detroit, where an officer as well as two suspects who were all shot late last night, they are continuing to recover at this hour. The latest on what happened and their conditions in my live report. Good morning, Brandon.
Hey, Robin, good morning. And you've seen this all morning. We are counting down to a huge event here in Detroit. Maybe you haven't heard about it, but Jared Goff and the Lions, they're in the playoffs. They're preparing to play the LA Rams. Everything you need to know about this big game, that's coming up.
Working for you. Fox 2 News live at 11 starts now.
Good morning. Thanks for being with us on this Friday before the playoffs. I'm Amy Lange.
And I'm Brandon Hudson. Before we get to the Lions, we have a lot more to get to this morning, and we begin with the weather and the forecast. That includes a big blast of snow. Weather Authority Derek Kevler has more. He has been working all morning.
Guys, the biggest blast of snow is going to be off in northern Michigan, 6 to 10 inches, some spots near 12 inches, so a foot of snow is possible. Our numbers are tapered down a bit because we are expecting some rain to mix in, but some snowflakes already starting to track into the state of Michigan. There are going to be some locations that do get 5, maybe 6 inches. I think plenty of us, though, because of the changeover from snow into rain, which we are expecting, that's probably going to keep our numbers down to a slightly more manageable level. But when it comes to winter storms, it's not all about snowfall totals. Winds are going to pick up, and we're going to see freezing conditions and sub-zero wind chills as we move through the course of the weekend. So a lot to talk about here. There's the snow back towards Chicago, western Michigan, Lansing dealing with it. It's going to start to move in over the next couple of hours. I still think around 2 o'clock. Maybe slightly earlier, but 1, 2 o'clock, we're going to see that snow move in. We'll be dealing with snow then through the evening commute before it changes over into rain. And yes, we are expecting it to, at times, change over into rain. 4 p.m. right here. Look how close those raindrops are instead of the snowflakes. But the snow moves in. By about 7, 8 o'clock is when the infiltration of warm air comes in. That's when the changeover happens. But we change back to snow early Saturday morning as the winds pick up to their max, which, by the way, it's like 50 miles an hour early Saturday morning. We are probably going to see some power outages from that. So you got the wind, you've got the rain, you got the snow, and you've got some very cold temperatures following all of this. Those totals in that 2 to 6 inch range, depending on your spot. We'll talk about just how cold that weekend wraps up, which includes Lions tailgating. Lions tailgaters going to want to take note. If you don't have time, you can't wait, you can always download the Fox 2 Weather app. If you head to your app store, search Fox 2 Weather, you can check out the daily forecast, hourly forecast, as well as that interactive radar. Free to download. Just search Fox 2 Weather. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate it, and we are following a news alert from overnight after a Detroit officer was shot on the city's west side.
This happened at an apartment complex on Burt Road near I-96 in Schoolcraft. The officer hospitalized. Fox 2's Robin Murdoch is live at Sinai Grace Hospital with the very latest. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Amy and Brandon. Yeah, that officer who was shot twice late last night was set to undergo surgery here at Sinai Grace Hospital. We are awaiting another update from the chief of police to let us know exactly how he is doing. Now, those two suspects who were also shot last night, they are also being treated here.
The officers, by all accounts, are heroes, heroic to go into that active shooter situation.
A situation here at the Dorchester Arms Apartments on Burt Road on the city's west side, in which those officers could actually hear gunfire when they pulled up. DPD responded to the area just after 11:15 on Thursday night after ShotSpotter technology picked up gunshots coming from inside the building.
They go upstairs. The first two officers encounter a suspect. Our officer takes fire and is shot, and the second officer behind him retreats with him, pulling him out of harm's way, and returns fire.
According to Chief James White, during a media briefing outside Sinai Grace Hospital where that officer was rushed following the shooting, the 4-year veteran of the force took 2 rounds to the upper body but was alert and talking. 2 suspects were also hit. Where they were struck and how many times, though, remains unclear. Also unclear who shot them.
It is unknown at this time if the rounds that we fired took effect. A second officer also returned fire. It's also unknown if his rounds took effect. And that's due in part to the fact that they arrived and a shooting was going on.
3 weapons were found at that scene on Burt Road near West Davison, including a shotgun that one of the suspects had in their possession. Both suspects, we are told, also being treated here at Sinai Grace Hospital. An investigation continues at this hour, while the city's top cop continues to praise the police involved.
They were clearly disrupting either a robbery murder or a murder because of the amount of firearms that we recovered and the fact that they were actively shooting as the officers went into this location.
A very scary situation that these officers went into last night. Now, Chief James White, during that media briefing last night, he did mention that there was actually a 3rd person that was found in that house. Right now, they're trying to figure out if that 3rd person had any role in this whatsoever. They may have had nothing to do with this. Again, we are expected to get another update from him early this afternoon. So, of course, stay with us on air as well as online for the very latest. For now, we are live outside Sinai Grace Hospital here in Detroit. I'm Robin Murdoch for Fox 2 News.
Absolutely terrifying, Robin, to think of the officers walking into this active shooting situation. And once again, we see ShotSpotter notifying police of this activity.
Yeah, and this was pretty interesting in this case because oftentimes, Amy, when we hear ShotSpotter, it's because it's detecting gunfire out on the streets. But in this situation, the chief explained how it actually picked up the gunfire that was coming from inside of this building. And of course, that is what alerted them to the situation. That is what got police there so quickly. Of course, the chief expected to speak more about that a little bit later on this afternoon as well. Back to you.
Yeah, and Robin, certainly that officer in our prayers, and hopefully we'll be getting a good report on him. Thank you so much. As always, we appreciate you. Brandon.
Let's pick things up a bit here, and what you're looking at is what we're counting down to the big game. Excitement is sky high. Your Detroit Lions, your NFC North Division Championship winning Detroit Lions are preparing to take the field this Sunday against the LA Rams. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, I think it's, the players who need to be ready. But it is something the Lions and their fans have waited a long time for, this playoff game.
And look, getting inside Ford Field, we have said this all week, it is not cheap. Fans will have an important job if they are lucky enough to get there and be there on Sunday night. Ryan Armani is here with a closer look. Ryan, look, people have been waiting for this type of game since Ford Field opened. They're not going to be disappointed, are they?
We certainly hope not. That atmosphere is going to be electric. This is a historic event in the city. It is clear the fans are excited. We are excited. They've been showing support all season long, cranking up that volume, making it hard for the opponents who play the Detroit Lions. What does it mean to the players? What do they want from you? Take a listen.
Come as loud as they've been and then some.
Definitely be a little more rowdy than the regular season. Preferably, this is my personal request, is to get loud as the quarterback is getting in the huddle as opposed to after he breaks the huddle. So that's my request, but outside of that, just be really rowdy.
Just go crazy. That's what we finna do. We finna just go crazy, play like our hair's on fire. So I don't know how to tell them how to act. This is my first one too. So yeah, I'm finna just go crazy, so they need to go crazy. It needs to be loud in there.
Now, of course, Matthew Stafford, you know the story by now, returning to Ford Field for the first time since that trade 3 years ago that swapped him and Jared Goff. It's been a big focus, a big conversation surrounding this game, a lot of debate amongst Lions fans. What is Stafford saying about the return here to Detroit?
I understand, what the people of Detroit and what the city of Detroit meant to me in my time and my career, what they meant to my family. I hope they feel that back, but at the same time, I'm not a stranger to the situation and understanding that I'm the bad guy coming to town. I'm on the other team, and they don't want success for me. So whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna go experience it, play the game. Once the ball's snapped, man, let's go. Two good football teams, go compete and see what happens.
All right, so our coverage of the game begins at 10 a.m. Dan Miller and the gang on Lions Game Day Live. We have the Packers and Cowboys game at 4 o'clock. And, hey, you might want to be rooting for the Packers in that one, because if the Packers win and the Lions win, the Lions will get a home game in round 2.
Okay.
So if the Cowboys win, Lions would go on the road if they win. That's what that means, if you could follow me there. And that Lions post-game show, sliding scale a little bit. When the game is over, turn it to Fox 2. We will have post-game coverage for a full hour here, Fox 2.
I was thinking about this morning. Well, first off, the Stafford thing, that's like going to a mutual friend's wedding and you know your ex is going to be there.
There you go.
How are you going to act? It's going to be, but look, even if the Cowboys do win, the Lions have the luxury of not having to play in the elements, like we've seen a lot more teams play. Yeah,
no doubt. You know, regardless of what happens in that Cowboys game, just win this one, please.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just start right here.
For the love of humanity, please, for our survival here in the city of Detroit. I don't know if I will be able to survive any longer. You know,
no pressure.
I don't need to have any, big-time health events like Elizabeth. I'm coming from.
Oh my God. Those youngsters out there. That's a Sanford and Son reference.
It's a deep cut. A deep cut on Fred Sanford.
Hold back. Please.
Oh, Ryan, we are excited for all of us, and thank you so much.
It's fun to be talking about a game, a playoff game, and not what's happening in the NFL draft, which we do this time of year every year.
Thank you.
Pretty
Absolutely. Good stuff. Thank you, Ryan.
You bet.
Awesome. Well, you should be able to go pretty much anywhere, any bar, watch the Lions' first home playoff game in 30 years.
Yeah, one place you won't be able to go to is Imagine Theaters. So the chain had planned to show the game for free at certain locations, and then the NFL came in and said, they threw the flag. They're not going to allow it. So, by the way, one ticket for the game is going to cost you more than $500, unless you know someone.
Well, also, that trade-in, that jersey trade-in, that won't be happening either. We had talked about this as well. The NFL stopping that, too. They just apparently want to own all the fun.
I get it.
A local realtor planning to hold a Matthew Stafford jersey trade. He got a call from the NFL saying don't do it. Jeff Glover, the owner of Glover Realtors, had offered to give away a new Jared Goff replica Lions jersey for one of your old Lions jerseys with Stafford on the back. That's not going to happen either. We'll be right back.